Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a tutorial on this look, and it is inspired by the Look What You Made Me Do music video of Taylor Swift. I'm taking an inspiration on one of her looks on that music video. Just a disclaimer guys. First, I'm just a makeup enthusiast and not a beauty guru. Second, I'm just taking an inspiration on one of her looks on her music video. And it doesn't mean that what I've used is what they've used on her. So without further blabbing, let's get on to the tutorial. As you can see on this look, her face is flawless, so let's start by concealing our dark circles with a salmon colored concealer and then just blending it out well. Using this Maybelline Fit Me concealer, I'm just going to conceal further my under eye, and then I'm just going to highlight the high points of my face. And then just blend away. And then just dabbing my face with this Nichido BB cream, or just use whatever foundation you're currently using. After that, you just go ahead and blend everything well. Now I'm just dabbing it, making it sink into the skin more so it looks more like my skin. Now I'm just setting on the places where I've put my concealer on. And now just taking this Maybelline Fit Me concealer and put it on my lids. This will act as my primer for the lids. Excuse me for that. Now taking my Naked Basics and just dipping my pinky finger onto the shade Foxy to set the concealer that I've put on my lids. Then taking this dual brush that comes with a Naked 2 palette and just dipping the flatter side of the brush on the shade Venus on the Naked Basics and just spritzing it with a Fix Plus, and then just packing the color onto my lids. And you want to concentrate this color just on the lids. Do the same thing with the other eye. Now taking the fluffier end of the brush and dipping it into this shade Naked 2 of the Naked Basics palette. First, just build a color on your outer V, then once you've reached the intensity of the color that you want, you can drag it across your crease. Just do the same steps on the other eye and just concentrate the color first on the outer V, and then once you reach the intensity of the color that you want, you can drag it across your crease. With the same side of the brush, I'm just lining the outer third of my lower lash line with the Naked 2, same as with the other eye. Then taking the Venus and just putting it on my inner corners. Then with this Maybelline liquid liner, I'm just going to line my upper lash line with it. With this nude eyeliner from Ivory, I'm just going to tight line my lower waterline. And then I'm just going to curl my lashes, and you guys already know what's gonna happen after that. After all that jazz in the eyes, I'm just gonna use this NYC bronzing powder and just contour / bronze my face. Now taking the same bronzing powder and the contouring brush, I'm just going to use it as a blusher and a blush. For the lips, I'm just taking this lip crayon by San. It is called Fiery Red. I've used this because I think this is close to the shade of the lipstick that they've used on Taylor Swift on this look. That is just my perspective guys, you can use whatever shade of red you want. And we're done with the first look. I just wanted to tell you that this is going to be a 3-part series, and all of which will be inspired by the looks that Taylor Swift has on her Look What You Made Me Do music video. So if you're interested with one of her looks in that music video, make sure that you're subscribed so that you will be updated whenever I upload another video. And if you are interested with this subtle smoky look, just stay tuned. So if you want to smoke it out a little like this look,
just use a flat shader brush that's a little bit fluffy and take the shade Faint from the Naked Basics palette. Just concentrate the color first onto the outer part of your crease or your outer V.
once you've reached the intensity of the smokiness that you want, you can now drag your brush across your crease without dipping the brush anymore onto the product, and just using whatever is left or whatever product is left onto your brush to your crease. Using the same eyeshadow and the same brush, just glide it on the outer third of your lower lash line. And we're done! So this is the final look for Subtle Smoky. So there you have it, a subtle smoky and a daytime look with red lips. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, please leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you watching my video. See you again on my next one. Bye!